nonpartisan, non-governmental political action organization comprising dozens of groups and thousands of individuals from this area. All candidates have pluses and minuses, and no one is perfect, but one of them will be next in office. We encourage all eligible voters to consider the importance of your basic rights and vote for your rights.
Do you want to read the
If you value your rights and your freedom, this guide is for you. Your rights are under attack and have been chipped away by people in office who don't honor the Constitution, the bedrock of our nation and our culture. Your vote now is the most important single action you can take to protect your community and save your rights.
So one of the reasons that Save Your Rights started is because of the ban on conversion therapy. We're a grassroots organization that represents many different members of our community, churches, different conservative groups, people who are parents who are concerned about our children, and also protecting our First Amendment rights. And that was one of the big reasons that we, as the Save Your Rights Coalition, formed, was to protect our fundamental constitutionally protected rights. But in the process of this whole coalition, and we've become more aware of another issue, and that is something I'm going to talk about right now. Save Your Rights Coalition believes the La Crosse ban on conversion therapy is not only unconstitutional, but it does not protect impressionable children. This is because the City of La Crosse conversion therapy ban follows an experimental protocol called the Gender Affirmation Care Model. This allows minor children to choose to cut off their own body parts in irreversible surgeries in the name of a child identifying as the opposite sex. In this model, children are allowed to take puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones that will chemically castrate young boys and may also cause the same with girls. The long-term effect of these drugs have not been properly studied, which means they are experimental. So children lack the life experience to give consent for such permanent decisions about their bodies, yet somehow it is legal. So when you vote in this election, we really need to think about which candidates will support a model of care for dysphoric children that does not lead to mastectomies and to physical and chemical castrations during childhood. The candidates we've endorsed do not support these interventions. In fact, most Americans don't. I'm referring to a survey conducted by the Trafalgar Group, where almost 79% of Americans oppose sex change operation on minors. Yet on October 24th, 2022, President Biden in an interview said he is opposed to any state that would ban gender-affirming care to minors, which is to say that he supports the protocol that involves puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and sex change surgeries for children. So this all-out support for this method is actually in sharp contrast to England, which recently shut down Tavistock Centre, its largest transgender clinic, in the face of evidence that most children who experience gender dysphoria are simply going through a phase. Much research has shown that a child's gender dysphoria is often caused by issues unrelated to their biological sex. It is also shown that children will find comfort with their original gender as they age in 80 to 90% of cases, if the child does not socially transition. England's abandonment of this gender-affirming care model follows on the heels of Sweden and Finland, who are also stepping away from it. So the candidates in this voter guide will